Warframe, a game released in 2013 that is still one of the best MMOs you can find in the market. When I say the word Warframe, two words would probably come to mind: Space Ninjas and grindy. And honestly, both of them are correct. Warframe is very much a grind, and there's too much time needed to get anywhere good. And yeah, Space Ninjas with lightning fast movement, it makes it a lot of fun. The reason why Warframe is still in the charts and you can still find it up there is the way the community around the game has been built. The community around the game is awesome, and I don't give Digital Extreme any credit for this. It's just, well, to be fair, they've made an amazing game, but the tutorialization of the game was awful, and had it not been for the community, I wouldn't be part of the game. I wouldn't be playing this game still after how many every years of me I keep coming back to the game every so often, playing it for a few months, then leaving, and every time I come through, I see something or the other that's new, which honestly is fantastic. The most, but the biggest thing is the gameplay loop. It's one of the most customizable user experiences in imaginable. With the billions of mods that you have, you can customize every weapon to your liking, every warframe to your game style, and it makes every mission type even more fun. For example, there are different mission types like spy, assassination, hijack, mobile defense, normal defense, and all the different kinds. And with the specific mission types, you can also get different warframes if you want to make them easier. For example, if you have spy, I personally use Loki for it because he has invisibility. You can, and I've upgraded his invisibility to about almost a minute now, 40 something seconds. And so just hitting the ability button, I can go invisible and I can let it can go through and make it a lot easier. The same goes for defense. I can use Wisp, for example, for defense, where Wisp has her totems or her reservoirs that I can use, which make it a lot easier to have a lot of health, have a lot of more damage, and makes it a bit easier. So in like with when it comes to mods, like there's a lot more you can do. There's a billions of mods in there, hundreds of thousands of mods in there, and honestly, it's quite addictive. You can min-max your builds, you can not min-max it and just have play for fun. For assassination, for example, you can have one-shot kills. If you want to do it harder, whatever have you, you have different presets as well to make it a lot easier for you to switch between the builds. For example, if you're only here, only want to do some farming, like resource farming, you can go for Hydroid. And they have augment mods as well. For example, the pilfering swamp, proliferating swamp, which which using Hydroid's ability makes it a lot easier, better loot, more and better. It gives you more and better loot. So you can do survival missions, for example, Moth in the Void, which gives you more resources, right? There another thing is it is a free-to-play game, right? So they do have a special currency named Platinum, like if you have gems in any other game, they have Platinum in this, right? Which you can also call Plat, like it's the premium currency. It is of like the easiest way to get plat is of course just buying it at their website at ridiculous pricing, or you can spend hundreds of hours, well, actually not that many, but you can spend few hours climbing up the ranks, then climbing up, getting some prime stuff, which they call the tradable loot. It's better loot. It's the same thing. For example, like Lex Prime and Lex, they're the same two pistols, but Lex Prime has better stats, and the blueprints for the Lex Prime are tradable, which means you can trade that Prime stuff for platinum in the game. It is easy. It can be easy and difficult to get prime stuff at the same time. It's easy to get the prime stuff. It's hard to get good prime stuff uh, through the relics. But trading that prime stuff, you can easily get platinum with that, or you can just buy it. Even if you would just want to buy it, if you leave the game for a few weeks or something like that, and then come back, there's a chance you might find um, a discount code in the game. They're up to a 75% off discount code you can get to use at the website to help you get plat for much cheaper through DE themselves. It makes it way easier. That's how I got my plat. I usually trade for it or buy it whenever I like come back, and if I get like 75% off, purchase. Why not? Right? As I said, there are different mission types. There's even open world missions like Fortuna, Plains of Eidolons. There's which have their own sort of missions and differences, and they're also awesome. Then you got, as I said, spy, defense, mobile defense, hijack. You got railjack missions. You got um, other like different kinds of missions. They're all awesome. They're all quite fun. Actually, no. They're all fun because of the random tile generation that the game has. This random tile generation makes it tricks your brain into thinking it's something new. It's just new enough to keep you playing, keep you addicted to the game, to make it easier to play and not just forget about it, right? So the main gameplay loop is honestly it's just buying shit, crafting shit, buying shit, leveling it all up, keeping it for the next missions, doing maybe sorties, doing arbitration missions, doing all the different kinds of missions that you have, like the weeklies, the monthlies, the dailies that you can do, and just getting better and better loot, just like every other looter shooter out there, right? Um, and thankfully, thanks to the community around the game, if you can find like a Discord or even in the chat, you're most likely able to find someone or another that'll help you through the game. Like they can taxi you to different missions, for example, Hydron, which is a mate, or some other thing to help you through the main task, which is quite very nice of the community. The community around this game is awesome. It's the reason I still play it. It's the reason I made a lot of friends through this game. It's just awesome. Speaking of community, if you want to start playing this game, go watch iFlynn's guide to the game. The only reason being he's the only reason I was able to actually understand what the hell I was doing in the game. It was his guides help a lot. Use them. So, endgame. Right, the main end game of this game is honestly fashion frame. Just making your frames look good. Now that you have plat, you can buy uh, color palettes, you can buy decorations, you can buy other things to make your Warframe look good, right? And who doesn't want their character to look amazing, right? Um, Other than that, it's just helping other people out and all that sort of thing. It's awesome. In conclusion, if you have spare time, it's a very addictive game. It's like World of Warcraft. It's addictive and it's fun, and you can get into it, play one mission, get out. You can get into it, play 100 missions, get out. It's it does have a story in there, but like it's just a story, so it doesn't really matter that much. The Warframe is more about the gameplay loop itself, right? There is a story which is quite interesting, but I personally never got into it. I did enjoy the missions, but I never got into the story itself. And if you are gonna get into it, please watch iFlynn's guide or start with Reddit or YouTube in general, because you will not understand this game without without any of that. Because the tutorialization, as I said, is awful. It's good enough to where it gets you going, but it's not Like you don't have a lot of questions, you don't not know what to do. The iPhone's guide will help you out. But yeah, that's my experience with Warframe. I really enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it as well if you played it. So yeah, give it a go.